Listen up, because this is something you need to hear today. Stop wasting your energy. Stop giving your precious time to things that don't matter. Focus on your dreams. And I'm not just talking about the big goals that excite you. I'm talking about the specific, actionable things you can do today to move closer to that vision of yours. You only have so much energy in a day, and if you're not intentional about how you spend it, you'll wake up years from now wondering why you're still stuck in the same place. It's not because you don't have potential. It's not because you don't have what it takes. It's because you've been leaking your energy in all the wrong places, instead of directing it towards your dreams. I want you to take a moment and think about where your energy is going right now. How much of it is being wasted on worrying about things you can't control? How much of it is being spent on overthinking, doubting yourself, or waiting for the perfect moment? How much of your energy is being drained by people who don't support you, by distractions that don't serve you, by habits that keep you stuck? Every single one of these things is a thief. They are stealing the energy you could be using to take action, to move forward, to create the life you want. And the only way to take back control is to get ruthless about where you're directing your focus. You need to understand something. The people who achieve their dreams are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest. They are the people who learn how to focus. They are the people who decide that their energy is too valuable to waste on excuses, negativity, and distractions. They don't let self-doubt win. They don't spend hours scrolling through social media comparing themselves to others. They don't let fear stop them from taking the first step. They wake up every single day and put their energy into what actually matters. They take action, even when they don't feel ready. They move forward, even when it's uncomfortable. And that is exactly what you need to start doing. Here's the truth. You are never going to feel fully ready. You are never going to have the perfect moment where everything lines up, where you suddenly have all the motivation, all the confidence, all the answers. That's not how it works. The only way you get closer to your dream is by deciding that it is more important than your excuses, more important than your fears, more important than the opinions of other people. The moment you stop wasting your energy on things that don't matter and start focusing on what does, everything changes. One of the biggest energy leaks in your life right now is overthinking. Every time you hesitate, every time you second guess yourself, every time you sit there analyzing every possible outcome, instead of just taking action, you are wasting energy. That hesitation is costing you opportunities. That doubt is keeping you stuck. You don't need to have it all figured out to start. You just need to take the first step. And if you struggle with taking action, use the 5-second rule. The moment you have an instinct to move, count backward from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Don't give your brain time to talk you out of it. Don't give your fears a chance to take over. Move. That one decision, that one small action is what separates people who succeed from people who stay stuck. You also need to get intentional about your time. Look at your day. What are you prioritizing? If you're spending hours on things that don't bring you closer to your dream, you're wasting your energy. You say you don't have time, but the truth is, you do. You just aren't using it wisely. Stop giving your best energy to things that don't serve your future. Cut out the distractions. Stop making excuses. Your dream is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. And here's the most important thing. Stop striving for perfection. So many people waste their energy trying to get everything just right before they start. They tell themselves they need more time, more knowledge, more experience, but that's just fear talking. Perfection is a lie. It's a trap. And if you keep waiting for the perfect moment, you will waste your entire life waiting instead of doing. Success is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Your future depends on what you do with your energy today. So stop wasting another second. Choose to focus, set clear, specific goals, and start taking action. Shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. And remember, Don't strive for perfection. Strive for progress. Consistency is the game changer. Your dream is waiting for you, but it's not going to wait forever. So go, focus, and start making it happen. Recognizing the things that drain your energy is one of the most important steps you can take if you want to focus on your dreams. You don't realize how much of your potential is being wasted on things that have nothing to do with your success. Every single day, you're spending energy on thoughts, habits, and people that are pulling you further away from the life you want. And until you decide to take control, you'll keep feeling exhausted, frustrated, and stuck in the same place. Think about how often you let negativity take over your mind. How much time do you spend worrying about what other people think of you? How many hours have you wasted replaying past failures, doubting yourself, and convincing yourself that you're not good enough? Every time you entertain these thoughts, you are draining your energy. It's like leaving a faucet running all day long and then wondering why you don't have enough water when you need it. You are using up your most valuable resource, your focus, on things that do nothing but hold you back. And then there are the distractions you willingly invite into your life. Social media, meaningless conversations, endless scrolling, watching other people live their dreams while you sit there wishing you had the same motivation. You get trapped in a cycle of consuming instead of creating. You feel busy, but you're not productive. You mistake activity for progress. And by the time you finally sit down to work on your goals, you're too drained to do anything meaningful. That's not a lack of talent. That's not a lack of intelligence. That's energy mismanagement. The truth is, you have all the energy you need to go after your dreams, but you have to start directing it toward the right things. That means setting boundaries. That means protecting your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. The people who are constantly draining you with negativity, distance yourself. The habits that are keeping you stuck, change them. The excuses that are keeping you from taking action, get rid of them. You cannot afford to waste your energy on things that don't move you forward. You have to be intentional about where your focus goes, because what you focus on is what grows. If you keep giving your energy to fear, fear will grow. If you keep giving your energy to self-doubt, self-doubt will grow. But if you start giving your energy to discipline, to action, to learning, to growth, those things will grow. And that is how you change your life. You need to shift your mindset from seeing your energy as unlimited to understanding that it's a finite resource. You only get so much of it each day, and once it's gone, it's gone. You can't keep giving it away to things that don't serve you and expect to have enough left over to build your dream. You have to start making better choices. Every single decision you make throughout the day is either fueling your dream or stealing from it. And if you're not careful, you'll wake up years from now wondering where all that time and energy went. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they need to do more, when in reality, they just need to stop doing the wrong things. You don't need more hours in the day. You need more focus in the hours you already have. You don't need to work harder. You need to work smarter. Stop multitasking. Stop spreading yourself too thin. Stop trying to do everything for everyone. Start prioritizing what truly matters. And if you don't know where to start with awareness. Pay attention to the patterns in your life. Pay attention to what drains you and what fuels you. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with certain people, after engaging in certain activities, after thinking certain thoughts. And then make adjustments. Cut out what doesn't serve you. Double down on what does. This is not about working yourself into exhaustion. This is about working with intention. This is about making sure that every ounce of energy you spend is an investment in your future. Because energy is not something you get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And if you keep wasting it on things that don't matter, you will never have enough left to create the life you want. So make the decision today. Stop giving your energy to distractions. Stop feeding your fears. Stop pouring your focus into things that drain you. Take back control, guard your energy, protect your focus, and start using it to build the life you deserve. If you want to stop wasting energy and truly focus on your dreams, you need to get clear about what you're working toward. Vague goals lead to vague results. If you don't have a specific, defined target, how can you expect to hit it? Most people fail not because they lack ambition, but because they lack clarity. They have a general idea of what they want: a successful career, financial freedom, better health, stronger relationships, but they never take the time to define what that actually means. And when you don't define your goals, you end up spinning your wheels, wasting energy on things that don't actually move you forward. Think about it. If someone told you to go on a road trip but didn't give you a destination, you'd just be driving aimlessly. You might get somewhere interesting by accident, but more likely you'd just be wasting time and gas, feeling lost and frustrated along the way. The same thing happens when you don't set clear goals. You end up working hard, but not making real progress because you don't have a concrete direction. You're busy, but you're not productive. You're putting in effort, but it's scattered, and that's exhausting. The key to getting out of this cycle is setting clear, specific goals. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," define what success looks like for you. Does it mean starting your own business? Does it mean reaching a certain income level? Does it mean becoming a leader in your industry? Get specific. Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," set a clear target. Do you want to lose 20 pounds? Do you want to be able to run a marathon? Do you want to wake up every day feeling energized? Clarity creates focus, and focus creates results. Once you have a clear goal, break it down into actionable steps. This is where most people get stuck. They have a big dream, but they never create a plan to reach it. They get overwhelmed by the size of the goal and end up doing nothing. But no big dream happens all at once. It happens through small, consistent actions. If your goal is to start your own business, what's the first step? Maybe it's researching your industry. Maybe it's writing a business plan. Maybe it's reaching out to a mentor. If your goal is to get in shape, what's the first step? Maybe it's joining a gym. Maybe it's committing to a 30-minute walk every day. Maybe it's hiring a trainer. The key is to break the goal down into steps so clear that you know exactly what you need to do next. Another critical part of setting clear goals is creating deadlines. Without a deadline, a goal is just a wish. When you give yourself unlimited time to achieve something, you'll keep putting it off. You'll tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, next year, and before you know it, 5 years have passed and you're still in the same place. Set deadlines for yourself, even if they're just personal ones. When do you want to achieve this goal? By the end of the month? By the end of the year? And then break that down further. What do you need to accomplish this week to stay on track? What do you need to do today? When you attach a timeline to your goal, it creates a sense of urgency. It forces you to take action instead of just thinking about it. But here's the thing. Setting clear goals is only the beginning. The real challenge is staying committed to them. Because the moment you decide to go after something big, obstacles will show up. Distractions will try to pull you off course. Fear will creep in. Doubt will whisper in your ear. This is why clarity is so important. When you have a crystal clear goal, it's easier to stay motivated. When you know exactly what you're working toward and why it matters, you're less likely to get discouraged when things get tough. If you're struggling to stay focused, remind yourself why this goal is important to you. Write it down, visualize it. Imagine what your life will look like once you achieve it. The more real and tangible your goal feels, the more energy you'll have to pursue it. And whenever you feel tempted to give up, come back to that vision. Remind yourself why you started in the first place. Most importantly, don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll never take action. Start now, even if you don't have all the answers, even if you don't feel completely prepared. Clarity doesn't mean having everything figured out. It means knowing what you want and taking steps toward it. Everything else you'll figure out along the way. The sooner you get clear about your goals, the sooner you can start making real progress. Stop wasting energy on things that don't align with your dream. Stop letting uncertainty hold you back. Decide what you want, define it clearly, break it down into steps, set deadlines, and then start moving. The only way to get where you want to go is to take the first step, and then another, and another. Your dream is waiting for you. The question is, are you willing to focus your energy and go after it? Your time is your most valuable resource, and how you use it determines the quality of your life. Every single day, you are making choices about where your time and energy go, and those choices are either moving you closer to your dreams or further away. The problem is, most people don't even realize how much time they're wasting. They wake up, get through the day, react to whatever comes their way, and then wonder why they're not making progress. It's not that they don't have enough time, it's that they're not using their time wisely. They're giving their attention to things that don't matter, spending hours on distractions, and letting other people's priorities dictate their day. If you don't take control of your time, it will control you. The first step to managing your time better is understanding that not all tasks are created equal. Some things you do throughout the day have a huge impact on your future, while others are just busy work. But because we're so used to feeling busy, we convince ourselves that we're being productive, when in reality, we're just spinning our wheels. You need to start prioritizing. Every morning, ask yourself, what is the most important thing I can do today that will bring me closer to my dream? And then do that first. Stop spending your most productive hours on things that don't matter. Stop checking emails first thing in the morning. Stop scrolling through social media. Stop getting lost in other people's agendas. Your time should be spent on what actually moves the needle for you. One of the biggest time wasters is procrastination. And let's be honest, procrastination is not a time issue. It's a mindset issue. You're not putting things off because you don't have time. You're putting them off because you're afraid of failing, because you don't feel ready, because you're overwhelmed. The solution? Stop waiting to feel ready. You don't need to be ready. You just need to start. Action creates momentum, and momentum makes everything easier. The more you wait, the harder it gets. The more you hesitate, the more doubt creeps in. The best way to beat procrastination is to just take the first step, no matter how small. Another way people waste time is by saying yes to too many things. You cannot do everything. You cannot be everything to everyone. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. Stop overcommitting yourself. Stop filling your calendar with things that don't serve you. Learn how to say no. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't need to feel guilty. Your dreams deserve your time and attention. And if you're constantly giving that time away to things that don't matter, you're never going to get where you want to be. You also need to eliminate distractions. Most people don't realize how much time they lose every day because of constant interruptions. You sit down to work on something important, and within minutes, you're checking your phone, answering messages, or switching between tasks. And every time you do that, you lose focus. It takes time to get back into deep work, and before you know it, the day is over and you've barely made progress. If you're serious about achieving your dreams, you need to protect your focus. Turn off notifications, set boundaries, create a distraction-free environment, and most importantly, stop multitasking. Multitasking is a lie. It makes you feel like you're getting more done, but in reality, it's making you less efficient. Focus on one thing at a time, give it your full attention, then move on to the next task. Another mistake people make is waiting until they have time to work on their dreams. Here's the truth. You're never going to find time. You have to make time. Life is always going to be busy. There will always be obligations, responsibilities, and unexpected challenges. If you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed are the ones who make time for what matters, even when life is chaotic. They wake up earlier, they stay up later, they use the little pockets of time throughout the day to take action. Even if you only have 10 minutes, use those 10 minutes. Small steps add up. The most successful people in the world don't have more hours in the day than you do. They just use their time differently. They are intentional. They don't waste energy on things that don't serve them. They don't let distractions steal their focus. They don't procrastinate or wait for motivation to strike. They structure their day around their priorities, and they make sure that every hour is being used to move them closer to their goals. You have to start treating your time like the precious resource it is. Every second you spend is a second you'll never get back. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing right now bringing me closer to my dream? If the answer is no, stop doing it. Take control of your schedule. Be ruthless with your priorities. Stop wasting time on things that don't matter and start investing your time in the future you want to create. One of the biggest reasons people fail to reach their dreams is because they are stuck in the habit of overthinking. They spend so much time analyzing, planning, and worrying about what could go wrong that they never actually take action. Overthinking is a silent dream killer. It disguises itself as productivity because it feels like you're doing something when you're really just running in circles inside your own head. Every time you overthink, you're wasting valuable energy that could be spent taking action. And the worst part? The longer you overthink, the harder it gets to move forward. You create imaginary obstacles that don't even exist. And before you know it, you've talked yourself out of trying altogether. Overthinking is exhausting. It drains your energy. It keeps you stuck in a loop of self-doubt and second-guessing. You analyze every possibility, every outcome, every little detail, thinking that if you just plan enough, you can guarantee success. But that's not how success works. The people who achieve their dreams are not the ones who overanalyze everything. They're the ones who take action, even when they don't have all the answers. They are the ones who trust themselves enough to figure things out along the way. The truth is, you will never have everything figured out before you start. You will never feel 100% ready. You will never have complete certainty, and that's okay. Success is not about knowing every step before you take it. It's about having the courage to take the first step, even when you're unsure. The only way to gain clarity is through action. The only way to learn is by doing. The more you sit and think, the more fear and doubt grow. The more you take action, the more confidence and momentum you build. If you struggle with overthinking, you need to start practicing decision-making. Indecision is one of the biggest energy leaks in your life. Every time you hesitate, every time you second-guess yourself, you are draining your mental energy. And the more you hesitate, the harder decisions become. Instead of obsessing over every little detail, start making decisions quickly and confidently. Give yourself a time limit. If you have a decision to make, don't spend days or weeks overanalyzing it. Set a deadline. Make the best choice you can with the information you have, and then move forward. Another way to break free from overthinking is to take immediate action. If you have an idea, act on it within 5 seconds. The moment you start to hesitate, your brain will try to talk you out of it. That's why you need to move before your fear has a chance to stop you. Count down from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. Send the email, make the phone call, start the workout, write the first sentence. Whatever it is, just start. Action disrupts overthinking. Once you're in motion, it's easier to keep going. You also need to let go of perfectionism. So many people overthink because they want everything to be perfect before they start. They want the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect circumstances. But perfection doesn't exist. If you wait for perfection, you will be waiting forever. Stop trying to get everything just right and focus on progress instead. Done is better than perfect. You can always improve as you go, but you can't improve something that doesn't exist. One of the best ways to overcome overthinking is to focus on what you can control. A lot of overthinking comes from worrying about things that are completely out of your hands. You can't control how other people will react. You can't control every obstacle that might come up. You can't control the future, but you can control your effort. You can control your attitude. You can control what you do right now in this moment. And that's all that matters. The more you focus on what you can control, the less time and energy you waste on what you can't. You have to train yourself to trust the process. Understand that no one has it all figured out. Everyone who has ever achieved something great had to start somewhere. They had to take imperfect action. They had to learn through experience. They had to make mistakes and adjust along the way, and you are no different. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you can stop wasting energy on overthinking and start using that energy to take action. The reality is, thinking will not create success. Only action will. Planning is important, but planning without execution is just procrastination in disguise. You don't need another plan. You don't need more research. You don't need more time. You need to start right now, today. Take the first step, no matter how small. Build momentum. Let action be your new habit. Stop overthinking, start doing, and watch how quickly your life changes. Self-doubt is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and your dreams. It sneaks into your mind, whispers all the reasons you might fail, and convinces you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough to succeed. And if you listen to it, if you let it control your actions, it will keep you stuck exactly where you are. The truth is, self-doubt is not reality. It's just a habit, one that you've been practicing for so long that it feels like the truth, but it's not. It's just a collection of thoughts, fears, and insecurities that you've picked up over the years, and the good news is you can break free from it. Most of the time, self-doubt isn't based on facts. It's based on fear. You doubt yourself because you're afraid of failing, of being judged, of stepping out of your comfort zone and realizing that you're not as capable as you hoped. But here's what you need to understand. Failure is not a sign that you're not good enough. Failure is part of success. No one who has ever achieved anything great did it without failing along the way. Every mistake, every setback, every misstep is just another lesson. And the faster you embrace that, the faster you can move past self-doubt and start making real progress. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting until they feel confident before they take action. They think, once I feel ready, I'll start. But that's not how confidence works. Confidence doesn't come from thinking about doing something. It comes from actually doing it. The only way to become more confident is to take action, even when you feel uncertain. Every time you take a step forward, every time you push through fear, every time you prove to yourself that you are capable, your confidence grows. But if you let self-doubt stop you from ever trying, you'll never build that confidence. You'll just stay stuck, wondering what could have been. If you want to stop doubting yourself, you have to start questioning your own thoughts. Just because you think something doesn't make it true. When self-doubt tells you that you're not good enough, ask yourself, is that really true? Where's the evidence? Most of the time, you'll realize that your self-doubt is based on nothing more than fear and assumptions. And once you recognize that, you can start replacing those negative thoughts with ones that actually serve you. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I'm capable and I can figure this out. Instead of saying, I'm going to fail, say, every failure is a step towards success. Your thoughts shape your reality, so choose them wisely. Another way to overcome self-doubt is to focus on your progress, not perfection. A lot of self-doubt comes from the unrealistic expectation that you need to be perfect from the start. But no one starts out being great at something. Every expert was once a beginner. Every successful person had to start somewhere. Instead of expecting perfection, focus on growth. Celebrate the small wins. Recognize how far you've come. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are capable. You also need to surround yourself with the right people. If you spend time with people who constantly doubt you, criticize you, or bring negativity into your life, your self-doubt will only grow stronger. But if you surround yourself with people who believe in you, who push you to be better, who remind you of your potential, it becomes much easier to believe in yourself. Find mentors, friends, and role models who inspire you. Listen to their stories, learn from their experiences, and most importantly, let their belief in you fuel your own self-belief. One of the most powerful things you can do to combat self-doubt is to take action before you feel ready. Stop waiting, stop overthinking, stop letting fear dictate your choices. If you have a goal, start working toward it today. Even if you don't know all the steps, even if you feel uncertain, even if you're scared, action is the antidote to self-doubt. The more you do, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable. And over time, that proof builds confidence. You are not your doubts. You are not your fears. You are not your past mistakes. You are capable, strong, and resourceful. But you have to start acting like it. You have to stop letting self-doubt control your decisions. You have to stop waiting for confidence to magically appear and start building it through action. Believe in yourself even when it feels hard. Trust that you are capable of more than you realize. And most importantly, take the first step. Because once you do, you'll realize that the only thing ever holding you back was the belief that you couldn't. And that belief, it's not true. You are capable. You are enough. And it's time to start acting like it. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is your ability to take action and keep going no matter what. Too many people start strong, fueled by motivation and excitement, but the moment they hit a setback, they stop. They let obstacles define them. They let failure discourage them. They let discomfort push them back into their old habits. And that's why they never reach their goals. Because success isn't about starting. It's about continuing. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing forward even when it gets hard. It's about refusing to quit no matter how many times you fall. The truth is, obstacles are not the problem. Every single person who has ever achieved something great has faced challenges, failures, and setbacks along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't the presence of obstacles, it's how they respond to them. Do you let challenges stop you? Or do you use them as fuel to keep going? Every time you hit a roadblock, you have two choices. You can see it as a sign to quit, or you can see it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Successful people choose the second option. They don't see obstacles as stop signs. They see them as stepping stones. They understand that every challenge is teaching them something. Every setback is preparing them for the next level. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. If you want to stay committed to your dreams, you need to change the way you think about failure. Most people are so afraid of failing that they never even try. They let the fear of embarrassment, rejection, or disappointment hold them back. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every mistake you make, every setback you experience is just another piece of the puzzle. The only real failure is quitting. As long as you keep going, you're still in the game. You're still learning, you're still growing, and eventually you will get where you want to be. One of the biggest reasons people give up on their dreams is because they expect instant results. We live in a world where we're used to getting things fast. Instant downloads, same-day delivery, quick fixes. But success doesn't work that way. Achieving something meaningful takes time. It takes patience. It takes consistency. The people who make it are the ones who keep showing up even when they don't see immediate results. They trust the process. They put in the work day after day, knowing that progress is happening, even if they can't see it yet. They don't quit just because things aren't happening as fast as they want. They keep going, knowing that every small step forward is bringing them closer to their goal. If you're struggling to stay committed to your dreams, you need to remind yourself why you started in the first place. When things get tough, it's easy to lose sight of your original motivation. But if you reconnect with your why, it becomes much easier to keep going. Why do you want this? What's driving you? What will your life look like when you achieve this goal? Get clear on your reasons and remind yourself of them every single day. Write them down, say them out loud, visualize them. The stronger your why, the easier it is to push through the hard times. You also need to develop the habit of discipline. Motivation is great, but it's not reliable. Some days you'll feel excited and energized, and other days you won't. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you'll never be consistent. The key to success is discipline, doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on habits. They create routines that keep them on track no matter what. They don't wait for inspiration to strike. They show up and do the work every single day. Another way to stay committed to your dreams is to surround yourself with people who push you to be better. If you're constantly around people who don't believe in your goals, who discourage you, or who bring negativity into your life, it's going to be much harder to stay on track. But if you surround yourself with people who are driven, ambitious, and supportive, their energy will inspire you. Find mentors, join communities, and connect with people who challenge you to grow. The right environment can make all the difference. At the end of the day, success comes down to one thing: refusing to quit. No matter how many times you fail, no matter how many obstacles you face, no matter how long it takes, keep going. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the most talented. You just have to be the one who doesn't give up, the one who keeps pushing, keeps learning, keeps improving, the one who refuses to settle for anything less than the life they truly want. You are capable of more than you realize. But the only way to see what you're truly capable of is to stay committed no matter what. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop making excuses.